I think it's time to call it. What's going on, guys? This is X. Yeah, I'm back on the mic. We need to have an actual talk here, and this is more so this set that was announced at Vanguard Zero in on the Tuesday stream. Absolute Judgment. Absolute Judgment is in the TCG known as the 8G set called by Vanguard. After this would be Gear of Fate, which the Gear Chronicle stuff had come in. So in this upcoming set, you have uh, two sides: side Judgment and side Blessing. Side Judgment has Royal Paladin, Link Joker, and Gear Chronicle, while side Blessing has Pale Moon, Bermuda Triangle, Grand Blue, and Neo Nectar. That is 7 clans to be released at a time. And now, if you haven't been paying attention or you've been out of the loop of Vanguard Zero, you're probably, well, what's the problem there? And the problem isn't really more so that the 7 clans are there, more so that after everything else is happening, adding 7 clans and dividing them into two sets, at release at the same time, after other events that have transpired as well as other clans are still missing their G wave that wasn't Fighters Collection related, as well as missing out on some pretty pivotal cards that have not released yet. I think taking a look, this has made the community, the Vanguard Zero community primarily, take a look and come to this conclusion, whether you believe this or not, this is up to you, that it feels like Game Studio and Bushiroad are kind of speeding through G at a rapid pace. Now, if you remember, if you people for people who do remember and played through the original like Vanguard Zero story mode back in the original era of Vanguard, um, it never really updated story mode all the time. It had updates, but it wasn't immediately. It was okay. Here's a massive update with story, but like we won't get a story update for a while. You know, you have to wait like probably like two more, like another two updates until you got another story update. Means you get more grade levels, etc., etc. And then you had that, so you were allowed like kind of like they were allowed to kind of keep moving. That has not happened with G. With G, every single update has been a story update. It's been excuse me. It has been story update set, story update set, story update set, and then set 3 for JP had the Fires collection, the first Fires collection we had. So why am I getting at that? And it's because because combined with that and the fact that certain clans such as Nubatama, Tachikaze, and Meg Colony have not received their main G support, like Darkface, Gaia, and then some of the other clans who got support around this time have not received their second wave. It really confuses me. Now, granted, I'll say this. Part of it is confusion is more so that they haven't been released because I think some of those clans would rather have like a big wave of cards that actually matter rather than just kind of cards that probably aren't going to do it. Like I know Nubatama would honestly rather have Shiranui with the dominate stuff around rather than the well, it wasn't Savage Stitch Rolls. What was it called? Like the bounce the cards hand to you at 6. They would rather have the new dominate stuff rather than the bouncing cards hand stuff, and that is, that's understandable. So when you look at, I'm trying to formulate my words here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to formulate words here. I'm trying to like kind of get this done as quick as I possibly can. Got some other stuff I need to take care of, and I'm probably going to be gone for like the rest of the week. So I'm trying to like pump out some content while I'm here. Um, that being said, so you do, I understand if you want to have like the G support come with their main character, right? You want a character related to the clan that's not just like a flashback, right? You don't just want to arrive. You want what's his name from G Next. You don't just want uh you already have Shin, but you want Makoto. Well, you want Darkface, which I'm assuming Darkface is probably going to be released this upcoming month in May because it just makes sense because he's the only like member of company that has not received their support. I'm assuming like him and Shoma are going to get their waves. Murukuma's going to their first. Shoma's get their second. Narukami got their second. I think you could have waited a little bit more for Henry, but that's just me. Um, so what I'm trying to put it to is like it feels like out of certain things, it feels like with the lack of the clans they're still missing, it really does feel like Game Studio and Bushiroad are trying to rush G out the door, which you would think would make no sense considering like if this is theoretically according to like a lot of people, this is probably like the era that people remember Vanguard the most. Some people like OG Vanguard, but if there was like a peak, there was like a pinnacle of what people say is the peak of Car Vanguard. After all the hindsight and etc., this was around that point. This area specifically, like I think I'm pointing here, here, like this area specifically, right before, like right in this middle was like the big peak of Vanguard. So, but how? So that begs the question of why are you choosing the peak of Vanguard to then just screw it over? And this set like not really just like goes to here's a goes and it's like says okay we're gonna try and like push out a bunch of clans even though like you could just wait a little bit more. You could wait a little bit more for Pale Moon and BT. I mean Pale Moon and Neonectar because they're gonna get support next wave anyway. You can just wait for that a little bit. You don't have to just like bum rush Pale Moon Neonectar, and even though if this is where they get it, or even better, you don't even have to split this into two sets. Put the Side Blessing as one set, call that Absolute Judgment, then make the next set next in July Gear of Fate. You don't have to give us a story update. You don't have to give us a story update. You can give us like a story update and be like, okay, we got Blessing. Next month will be Judgment, and the next month we'll move on to G next. Give us an extra month with everything, especially like since we're still missing some clans. You can do that. Some of these clans, I'm about to say collapse. Some of these event clans could still need their second wave. So not really like taking advantage of that and be like, okay, let's pump out things, right? Granblue and Neonite are already like fan favorites, and Royal Paladin and Link Gear sell set by themselves. You can put them. You could separate these two and be fine. There's also another issue with the settings that I don't know if this is confirmed or if it's like an actual like thing, but they all share the same pack. So for those who don't know, like because of the way Vanguard Zero works now since the G update, uh, packs in Zero are more specifically towards a specific booster rather than just generic like they were back in the day. I mean, obviously, for obvious reasons that have gone by everyone else's knowledge. The BB farming for like 999 packs, the constant hoarding for this moment. It's like, well, we just lose a lot of money because people are just like holding out for this, and it's just like, well, you just didn't spending money. We'd go broke fast. But the way they've done it hasn't exactly been the greatest way, and it's been hard to really like even like set up for next time because it's like okay, all we can really save is gems because we have to now blow out these packs that we're getting for the current system into the boxes now. Otherwise, we can't do it. And if not, instead of like I don't know, adding a little bit more to like the base like week opening pot, we get 5 packs on we get 5 packs on on the first day and then 10 packs on the second day, which is fine. And then like 5 packs for the rest of like the rest of the week, which is okay. So that's 20 packs. But why would we? It's trying to be like, oh, we're just gonna log in and get the packs. But I feel like I'm on a tangent here. I really do feel like I'm on a tangent here. But what I mean is, ever since the G update, they've made it harder and hard. It's been hard to really like gain the value to actually like, pull on packs, to get packs for pull on boosters to get your decks. Combine that with the change in the with the GR materials needing 5,000 of them to even craft one GR. It's not just a regular GR. You have to craft. You have to get 4 GRs, and then you still have to pay 5,000 for SP, which makes no sense. Like, why is it's always been like, yeah, you have to pay like a little bit extra for like an SP, but why is the SP the same price as GR? Why isn't the GR less than the SP? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why isn't it like 2,500, like 3,000, something like that? So what this set really isn't like just, oh man, I have problems with the set, but I also have problems with the fact that now at this point the fever pitch between everyone has been all time high. If you want to go back and look at a different fight stream when he went through the section during the Tuesday stream for the week of the 26th of April, you can go back and you see everyone's like, you know what, I'm done, I'm good. I can't support this because this is literally just like, this is actually just kind of like, this feels like you're literally just trying to scrape up all the money you can and just like rush this game out the door. Like, you don't want to end the service, but you just want to just get it out. And that really just and that's really, really suspect because it's like, wait, how the heck is this? How is that possible, dog? What are you doing? It makes no sense, what I'm trying to say. And now it's like, this is kind of like the culminate. This set more so isn't just, it's actually an absolute judgment because now it's like everyone's just judging this game. It's like, oh my goodness, what have you done? Because now you have 7 sets, have to share the same pack material, and without any like changes to the actual like amount of packs you get for this set specifically in the opening, is there just gonna be 15 packs to split around 7 clans around 2 sets? Do you not understand how crazy that is, considering the current economy of Vanguard Zero? That's insane. Then you add in the already tired like fan base and player base that's been upset at like, hey, listen, GRs cost too much. Can you please like lower them for free to play players? Can you like do something for free to play players besides that Fires collection, which, yeah, it was good for free to play players somewhat, but it wasn't like a real thing. Let's be honest here. That really wasn't anything. Stop the cap. Like, it really wasn't that much of like an actual like plus for free to play players outside of like if your main stride was a triple rare. But for people who want to keep up with the game, it's really hard, even if you play nonstop. Because you really just only get like 20 packs from rank rewards, and then you spend on that. And then I talked about this in my previous like recording, was like the gacha system can honestly like hurt you even worse because it's like, oh, if I can either high roll or I just like get sacked like a hole and just like I'm just stuck like at the bottom of the box waiting for my specific clan's GR that I want. And you're screwed. You're really kind of screwed there. And so without that, people also complain about the skins being paid, which I'm fine with skins being paid. It's not that I'm not fine with skins being paid. You can find ways to monetize the game without it just being like just buy packs, and let's like screw over free to play players. Free to play players don't care about the skins. Or shouldn't care about the skins, because that's cosmetic. But the cosmetic is now actually necessary for free-to-play players now. Because of the way these event clans work, you now have to actually, you have to have at least one skin on your character. And it's not like a normal skin. You have to have like an event skin, like the Valentine's Day Roaming Lab ones, or the Chinese New Year Track 3 ones, or the upcoming like sleepover ones with Saya and Kumi, you can't even use those. Despite the fact they're the same character on the actual thing. No, you have to actually have the character's base skin to pay to work on the actual event. That's terrible. That's actually trash. It's like, well, it's actually trash. It's like the skins, event skins only matter for like cosmetically, which is nice. But why do they not have any value when it's the same character? Right? The Roaming Labyrinth one, I think the Kumi one that just the event for OTC just one came out had Roaming Labyrinth. But I can't use the Roaming Labyrinth skins because those aren't the right skins. They're not the ones I had to spend I think $25 for to actually like get. And even then, like the skins have been such a downgrade compared to like they were back in the original era. Like some characters have just don't have lines that they usually should. They don't have like animations. Their animations are terrible. Like there's so many like animations for these like vanguards that you can take, like Messiah, like you could take some of these like cards and everything and put them here, but you chose the worst animation. That makes no sense. You chose the worst animation out of all the cards that out of all the times that card clan has showed up on screen. That's crazy. Like for and also like another example, Ibuki. Ibuki is a Link Joker player, runs deleters. No deleter lines. I know it's not the exact Ibuki, but it's the fact that he doesn't have lines at all for probably his only skin, and the fact that it's not even there is like what? So just the man who literally played the leaders, who was known for the leaders. Literally, if it weren't for Messiah, the next thing is for the leaders. He's known for the leaders, and he doesn't have any of the leader lines. Kamui has lost all pre-gene, most of his pre-gene lines. Gallup's animations are terrible. Like the downgrading of skins and how you expect us to pay money for them too. Like I know Mama Riano ain't cheap. I know Dio's voice actor ain't cheap. I know Shion's voice actor has gotten a higher raise because he was in JoJo. He's been getting more like non Vanguard lines, so like obviously he costs more now. His rate has gone up, which good. Secure the bag, buddy. But it's like how the so you're just really just cheaping on these skins and then asking us to pay for them. Whereas we can just we can like just put all the money inside the packs, inside the playing the game, getting the stuff for the game, and then we work towards the skins anyway, like we used to. It really sucks that I really do believe that Vanguard Zero gameplay in the G era has been the best it's ever been. The heal guards, the change in like adding strides, the defensive stuff is getting a little better. It needs some more gameplay wise, but other than that, it's probably the best it's ever been in a while. But everything else around it is so terrible. No wonder it feels like you're bleeding players. The fact that this game on the eShop, not the eShop, excuse me, on the actual Google Play Store hasn't even had 1,000,000 downloads yet. It's barely hit 500,000, at least according to the charts here. But it's barely hit 500,000 for a trading card game that had Shady Penguin hyped us up, that had a bunch of ads. I had seen a pretty decent chunk of ads for all the hype this intentionally do. The fact that this is at 500 still hasn't broke 1,000,000. While Master Duel broke 14 million, that game is still a pile of booty cheeks now. But even then, it still broke 14 million because it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. It literally shadow dropped, dog. Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Drop hit 14 million. Vanguard Zero put all this work in there, barely 500,000, and you losing players? And you keep losing players because the G update has been the worst thing you've ever produced? And despite the obviously yelling and yelling and yelling for the community. Excuse me if you hear that thing. You have yet to make an actual significant change outside of, oh, you win first, you draw an extra card. You've yet to make an actual significant change to the game when everyone's been asking, hey, GRs are too pricey. Hey, it's hard to really get packs to like set up for actually buying things. It's terrible free to play players because you remove some of the aspects that made free to play an actual thing, such as the rental system, such as the sparking system. Again, and then you removed like how many other things? Like it's actually just asinine what it's come to with this game, and it's not really. And Absolute Judgment isn't really the main like reason. Isn't really the main like topic for this because it's not really Absolute Judgment's fault that its game is like so booty cheeks that we're actually upset over this. We shouldn't be upset over this. This is just like 7 clans all supposed to be there. But it's the culmination of other bullshit that has happened throughout the entire lifespan of Vanguard Zero during the G update that has come to this point and why everyone is so upset and why everybody wants to say, you know what, I'm done, I'm quitting, I'm out. I can't support this game. I don't want to play this game. I can't justify what they're doing. Which is good. If nothing else, which is both good and bad, because if nothing else, it tells games to you, hey, what you're doing is wrong. But if they're already at this point where it's like, it feels like they're trying to yeet this game out the window, it's over. I got none. It might be time to call it. It might just be time to say Vanguard Zero is on its way out. It's time to go. And also, like, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you think Vanguard Zero dying is going to get you an official Vanguard sub, Vanguard Simulator, it's not. Duel Links and Master Duel exist coincide with each other. You can have a simulator. If they were having a simulator, they would have killed Vanguard Zero a while ago. They would have made it past the G update. They would have had it ready. It's like, hey, we're working on an official Vanguard simulator. Like, you didn't see Konami shut down Duel Links just because they made Master Duel. Heck, Duel Link's about to look fire considering what they're about to add to the RV like update. Like, that looks crazy. You know, Master Duel's the one looking insane. But guess what? People are still playing it because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Sim. Because they want to play it. Because, you know, of course. So but like, here we are, and people are still playing Duel Links. Duel Links ain't die out. Duel Links is trying to get people back in. Duel Links is trying to actually attempt to get people to come play the game again with the updates they're doing, with the stuff they're adding, with the way they're adding in content and adding in content that isn't completely money hungry. I saw the leaks. Shoot, of all you have pretty much a working pendulum deck now. You have a good pendulum deck. Your deck is working. Super Hyper Samurai is going to be probably top tier again. Like, free to play options are there now. Wow. It's almost like you don't have to try and like just gawk twist the money out of your player bases like wallets all the time just to actually get people to play the game and want people to come in. I say this, and I say this always all the time. I think you will always get money out of people. I think the honest way to get money out of people is to be upfront, honest, and be a good like, I'm trying to say this. If you're willing to give your customers if you're willing to give them an inch that doesn't lead to a mile, they will take the inch and they will support you, right? What I mean by is like, if you like treat your customer base with respect, they will treat you in kind because they're not complaining left and right. Like, oh man, this game is bad. This game is trash. This game is dying. This game is dead. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that most of the time because you've given them stuff to actually want. League of Legends is one of the biggest games of all time still. Because they give the players what they want. They give them new champions. They give you champions. They give you new skins. They give you ways to get that skin that isn't just completely RNG. They give you new ways to get everything. They have multiple game modes, etc., etc. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't even know how long this has been. My my drink is like blocking the actual timer. But whatever. To put a long story short on all this, Absolute Judgment, the upcoming set, is okay in a vacuum. But when you combine it with all the stuff that Vanguard Zero's had with its issues since the G update, it feels like they're rushing the game out the door. Because they have yet to really address any of the core problems the fan base has been yelling about for months. Not just discussing, yelling. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, well, what can you do outside of just stopping the game? Stop playing the game. You don't want to give money to it because it's like, well, if you're running rush the door game out the window, if we don't have an offline version, if we don't get like an offline version, we just spend all this money for nothing. And we're not going to spend money to support a company that doesn't want to treat its players right. That's kind of just what it is. I don't really have much to say. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.